My project is traditional climbing, otherwise known as trad climbing. Trad climbing is characterized by the placing of removable protection or gear in cracks and pockets to secure the climber in the event of a fall. My goal for this project is to climb a 510 trad route. Besides the help and the great tips of my mentor Ben Wise, I've read sections of these books, including Seneca Climber's Guide, How to Rock Climb, Advanced Rock Climbing, and my favorite, The Rock Warrior's Way. This is a book on mentally preparing yourself for climbing, and also had some good tips about breathing. Stress tends to produce poor breathing, and poor breathing increases stress. It's a feedback loop that can ruin your composure and hinder your performance. Deep, regular breathing, on the other hand, can reduce stress. I tried that tip out, and it's very helpful. Also, after I went climbing every time, I journaled, so I'll read part of one of my journals. Today was a very fun day. The first thing I did with Ben was learn how to simo-rappel down Sunshine, which is a 510 trad climb that I want to lead. Simo-rappelling is where we weighted each side of the rope evenly, and we rappelled down together as he gave me tips on good gear placements. Blah 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 blah. That's it. One of the most important parts of trad climbing is knowing your gear and knowing how to place your gear. The purpose of placing gear is in case you take a fall, then you'll be safe from hitting the ground. You want to place gear about every 5 to 10 feet off the ground, and every 5 to 10 feet above the last protection that you placed. There are 3 main types of gear: nuts, tri-cams, and cams. I used all these in my main goal of climbing the 510. Now, the first type of gear that I'm going to talk about is called nuts. There's all different sizes of nuts, and nuts are used when you have a tapered crack, and you place your nut by sticking in the tapered crack, sliding it down, and then putting pressure on it, making sure it doesn't move. Now, after you have your nut placed, take off the rest of the nuts, and then you use what are called slings. Slings come in different sizes. This is a smaller one, and this is a larger 2-foot sling. And the slings are important so that the rope will run straight in case the crack that you're following zigzags up, and that'll cause a lot of tension on the rope. Then you'll just clip that to the nut and clip the rope to that, and you're safe. If you happen to take a fall and you're 5 feet above your last piece of protection, you're going to fall that 5 feet plus the next 5 feet down. And if you place your gear correctly, it's going to hold. A bad nut placement is where the rock is not hitting both sides of the surface evenly. Like right in here, it's touching, but it's not touching completely. So if you pull, it's just going to rip out. And if you take a fall on that, it's not going to hold you. Another type of nut is called a micronut. These are the exact same, except for they're smaller and they're made out of brass, so they're stronger. These are used when you have a smaller crack, like this, and they're a bit more difficult to place. But on the climb that I did, called Sunshine, I had to make several placements like this because there weren't many big cracks. These are called tri-cams. They have a range of motion so they can fit in most any size of cracks, and can fit where most other gear can't. That's how it's placed. These are called cams. They have the widest range of any type of gear, and they're spring-loaded to fit any type of crack. They're really easy to place, and are very reliable.
And, you know, at this stage of the game, you're getting farther from the ground, but when you're close to the ground like this, more protection tends to be better, because if one blows, then you're not in such a crisis. The piston between here and the bolt will just place one more piece, I think. There's a ton of ladybugs out here today. And then you can.
But then,
Yeah, then it's easy.
I don't know, I think the hardest part is right by the bolt, but I think if I can clip the bolt before it's the hard move for me.
Yeah, you can clip the bolt, and then you've got like mental calm, and it doesn't matter how hard it is. Alright. I'll spot you until you get up there, and then I'll start blowing my spot. Looking good, just keep breathing. Ground play.
Alright.
Yeah. I'd extend the 2-footer on that.
Alright.
It'll make your rope run beautifully. You're in?
Yep.
Good. Nice work.
Nice.
Good work, Jesse. Way to stick with it. Stay focused.